Welcome back to Math 080, or I should say 080 to be technically correct. We are going to do a fairly easy section in 5.4 where we are adding and subtracting these polynomials. Okay, and beware of making careless mistakes, just like most other math sections that we've had. You have to agree, you'd do a lot better if you didn't make the silly mistakes. Anyway, going through these problems here that mirror your homework, that's where these are coming from page 371. Page 371. And I'm going to do the even numbers, which are similar to your problems in your homework set. So nevertheless, here we go. I'm going to add these two polynomials. Okay, it's when they're addition problem, much easier than subtraction. So I'm just going to, it's like combining like terms is all it amounts to be. So one way I could do this is I have 3 terms here and 2 terms here. So I'm going to put the 2 terms underneath. I like doing the vertical way, in other words. So that means a 3x would go here, minus 8. And then I can look at this vertically coming this way, and I'd end up with 4x squared. Negative 3x plus 3x is 0, and then just add the 3 minus the 8, which is negative 5. And this would be my solution here. Okay, just ensure a little bit more that I won't make a mistake in my capturing of those terms horizontally. Okay, next is one with decimal numbers, so they both have 3 terms, so I could bring these terms over to the left side and make it y to the third and y to the third. These are the like terms. So I got 1.1 y cubed, and then it's going to be minus 8. Oh, I don't have a y squared, and I don't have a y. Just the other one is this 11.6. So I'm going to put the 11.6 here. So then I'm just going to fill in with the other 2 missing terms as I write this in descending order. So in other words, this is going to end up being, let's see, I got 7, put my decimal, 9 and 1 is 10.7 y cubed, and then I've got 2.7 y squared. That's going to be next, positive 2.7 y squared. And moving over, I'm not going to put the constant yet. I'm going to get this negative 8.8 y in here first. So that's going to be negative 8.8 y. And then finally I can combine these 2 numbers here. And that looks like it's going to be negative 8 plus 11 is 3. So that would be positive 3. Okay, that's a case where not both of the same variable are in the problem. Okay, next is number 18 here. We go to subtraction. And subtraction now, remember what we have to do here. I'm going to insert this negative 1 and do the distributive property. We have to do that for all problems where a negative sign precedes a set of parentheses. So here I've got negative 1 times negative a is positive a, so I'm going to put the a over here underneath. And then I've got negative 1 times negative 5, which is positive 5. I could put it right here if I like. When I add these up, I'm going to end up with something's wrong here. 4x plus 6a plus 5. And I see what's wrong. That 4 should not have an x with it. It should just be 4. So I can leave that, or I'll do it underneath it here real quick, just instead of doing anything over. It's supposed to be 4 plus 5a minus the negative a minus 5. Okay, so trying that again. This is going to be a little easier. Negative 1 times negative a is a. Put that here. And negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5. Put it over here. So that's positive a. So there we go. I'm going to have 9 plus 6a. Okay, that was a quick correction. So yeah, writing down the problem is pretty important, I'd say. Writing it down correctly. All right, here's another one. Again, when it's subtraction, distribute the negative 1 across and put your solutions under the proper column to the left. If you don't have one, kind of leave it there or find a way that you'll remember to insert it into your answer. Negative 1 times negative 8x is going to be positive 8x. I'll use my sign here of plus the positive sign. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. And away we go. Negative 7x squared plus 12x, and 7 minus 2 is 5. Very easy. Until we come to fractions. Let's see how this will work for us. I'm going to have 1/3 x squared. No, I take that back. I got a negative sign here. So I have to distribute the negative 1 to the terms in this parentheses. So that's going to be negative 1 times 421 x squared. I can put it over here. Minus 4 over 21 x squared. I got negative 1 times 1 over 21x, and that's going to be negative 1 over 21x. And finally, negative 1 times negative 2/3 is positive 2 over 3. Okay, so I'm going to do these vertically now, right? This way here. And I've got 1/3 minus 4 over 21. So I could do it as a little sidebar. 1/3 minus 4 over 21. And I think our favorite way of doing this is to change the denominators to be the same. So I'll multiply this term here by 7 over 7. And that'll get me what? 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 3 is 21. So here my denominators are the same now. And I'm just going to subtract my numerator. 7 minus 4 is 3. And 3 over 21 can simplify to be 1 over 7. And then that's going to be my first term. 1 over 7 x squared. Okay, fine with that. Now I've got the x's here that are alike terms that I'm going to combine. This is negative 2 over 7 minus 1 over 21. Negative 2 over 7 minus 1 over 21. What does that equal? So here I'm going to multiply this term here, this fraction, by 3 over 3. Remember, that's a negative sign, not a minus sign. So I'm going to have 3 times negative 2 is negative 6 minus over 21 minus 1 over 21, which is negative 7 over 21. And when I simplify that, what do I get? Negative 1 over 3. Alright, so over here I'm going to put negative 1 over 3. Negative 1 over 3 x. And finally I'll bring down the positive 2/3. Positive 2 over 3. Okay, because that's like a 0 up there, right? Plus 0. All right, and that's how you do number 30. Probably the toughest one. Let's see what number 42 brings us. Okay, number 42. All right, number 42. Here we go. Another subtraction problem. Stick my -1 here. Distributive property. You got -1 times 2y squared is negative 2y squared. -1 times y is negative y. And -1 times 1 is -1. 5 minus 2 is 3y squared. -3 minus 1y is -4y. -1 minus 1 is -2. Done. That worked out nicely. No unusual obstacles in our way. Ooh, now we have three, what would that be called? 3 polynomials. A trinomial, and a binomial. These two we're adding together, then we're subtracting this. So I can do it in the order that it is. There's no advantage or disadvantage any other way. So let's see, what if I added these two together? Okay, so this isn't too bad. I could do another way, when we're doing this. 2x plus the x squared using ribbons, but I'm going to line them up here. So I don't want to miss anything. So it's going to be x squared is here, minus x, and then plus 10. So I'm adding these two up, and I come up with 3x squared. 7x minus x is plus 6x, and -9 plus 10 is plus 1. Okie doke. And now I'm going to subtract this guy from here. So I can leave it right where it's at and then put my solution underneath this trinomial here. So it's -1 times 3x squared is -3x squared. And -1 times -30 is positive 30. Okay, so I end up with, this is 0 here, bring down my 6x, and it's going to be plus 31. Okay, well, that wasn't so terrible. I really like doing the vertical way, though. I feel more confident that I didn't miss out on something somewhere. '62, adding these guys up. Okay, how about just line them up? I'll put 6a squared here, or I could put these terms underneath here. It doesn't matter. I got 6a squared plus 8ab, and then minus b squared. That's going to give me 7a squared. 8 minus 1 is positive 7ab. 4 minus 1 is positive 3b squared. Done. Last one where we have shapes. I like shapes. So this is going to be find the perimeter. And we know the rule for finding the perimeter, it's the outside lines. And the trick here, these are polynomials. So I could start with the big one here, put the big one here and say x squared minus 6x minus 2. And then go right around the horn and take care of my sides. So I got an x squared here, put it underneath this x squared. I've got negative x plus 4. There's nothing in front of it here, so we assume it to be positive. So it's going to be negative x plus 4. And finally over here we've got a 5x. And that will go here. And we know that's presumed to be positive. Line them up. And I got 1x squared, and 1x squared is 2x squared. Middle column, I've got negative 6 minus 1 is negative 7. Plus 5 is negative 2x. And finally, negative 2 plus 4 is positive 2. Thank you. See you later.